talking to the guys of the podcast game. We only talking about confetti and confessions. If I had a date in Dodger Stadium, I'd be pissed if the helicopter pulled up on me too. Whenever you hear that MVP chant, you already know what's the deal. It's the most valuable podcast in the world. The Hitmen Podcast was popping. Chris, Chicago kid, check it in. I got my partner back with me. I got my better half in this bitch. What's up, boy? What's up, dog?
You already know what it is.
You back? You back,
I'm
though?
back from hiding.
To this
I was
day.
hiding for a minute, but we back. I'm back. Thank you for coming to pull me out the ashes. You know what I'm saying? Pulling me out of rehab.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
chilling.
sir.
Had some business to attend to, but you know, I'm glad to be back where I need to be. So, you was holding down the fort. Shout out to everybody who did the guest spot, but it's only right if we do it. So I'm glad to be back, G.
You can't
How
say
you
it's Jehovah. It's the great J Mova. What's up, dog? What's up, dog? You bring it in. What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Talk to the people, bro. Let me turn you back up. Let me turn you back up, bro. What's
Come
up,
on, man. Give me my theme music. That's superhero music. I like that.
This is the championship episode. We can't get back in here without the dog, bro. What's poppin'?
When this dropped on that Dynasty, that intro, boy, at the time I was a youngin'. I didn't even know what was going on, but this was the hardest intro I ever heard in rap at the time. But yeah, bro, I'm happy to be back, G. Side note, that was a cold ass instrumental, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good.
How is it going?
I got my superpowers back. I got my partner back in the saddle with me. You know what I'm saying? Straight up
man,
and down.
dog. It's been a while. It's been a while, man. Look, a lot didn't happen since the last time I was on here. Too much to talk about, so we gonna have to just catch up with current events and shit. It's been a lot of current events, very, very current events. I see you over there. Rocking the memorabilia. Damn, you already early, never late.
I earned it.
Early, never late with the merch.
Championships is earned. They ain't giving out. We're going to get off into it, but before we get started, want to let y'all know that we everywhere that podcast live. You feel me? Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We just got the YouTube kicked off. We lit the pilot and ain't no going back. You feel me? Check us out each and every time we do it. Make sure y'all hit us up in the mailbag, the Hitmen Podcast at gmail.com. Y'all know the socials and how we get down at the Hitmen Podcast at Labeled and Known. My partner back in here at Mo_Sal1. You feel me?
Yeah.
Only way to do it is to do it right. Before we get off into it, man, let me ask you a question.
What's up? Talk to me.
So how you feel about like people taking pictures at funerals? Like the off guard, the Instagram like off guard.
Yeah, you gotta explain. Hold on. So you telling me like people at funerals, and you mean like they not taking a picture of like maybe like the flower arrangement and like they taking selfies?
They hit you with the off guard. They like had to get my fit right for my dog. Rest in peace, big homie.
Oh my God, dog! Like, look, God bless the dead, man.
Yo, I'll just put it like this.
God bless the dead, but please don't be taking selfies at my funeral, bro. Actually, I mean, do what you want. I'm not here no more to say nothing about it, so take a selfie at my funeral if you want to, but I mean, come on, dog.
I'll put
it's
it like
not
this.
about you.
I'll put it like this.
It's not about you. How you making it about you, bro?
No, I didn't do it. Hell no.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them. I'm just speaking like, how you gonna come to a funeral and make it about you taking selfies? Come on, dog. Something about that. I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing it, but I see it sometimes and I don't be knowing what to think. Like, I don't know if it's a coping mechanism or what, but sometimes people just be trying to get fits off, and that ain't right.
I think people just fucking crazy, right. Ultimately, bro. Let me just put it like this. The reason I brought it up is because somebody that we both know.
Oh man, about to blast him.
Nah, this ain't the time for that. This is the MVP. We don't do that. But let's just say somebody that we both know did this, and I had to ask you about it. We're gonna talk about it after the show is over, but somebody that we both know did that, and I was just like, dog, there are other ways to get your McQueens off than this, fam. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, come on, man. You can hit the party, you can hit a lounge. Damn, you could go to the park. I mean, there's so many different ways. You could stand outside your whip. You could literally do anything in the world. I just don't be like, I would never, my thought process wouldn't be at a funeral to be like, man, I'm fresh as hell, man. I'm about to go ahead and pull out this phone. And, hey, bro, you mind flicking me up real quick? Like, come on, man. Come on, straight up. We might have to have an intervention with whoever that was. We'll talk off camera, off air, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. No way, bro. That's a foul. That's a party foul.
You ready to get it going? You ready to get back into it? I know you might be rusty.
Come on.
You might have to learn your way back around these streets. You ready to get off into it?
Come on, man. I think you're right, but let's go, man. The only way to do it is, only way to get back to it is to just jump in. So I'm gonna let you lead. Come on, man. What we got? We got some big news. I mean, not even big news, but the man of the hour, Greek Freak.
Milwaukee, this is for you. Let's get started, man. I know y'all been missing it. Y'all know how we get down each and every week. It's the Woo Up the Bams, dog. Nowhere else to start but this. The NBA champions, the Milwaukee Bucks, you feel me? They took care of business last night. The dirty sweep of the Phoenix Suns. They whooped their ass 4-2. They went down 0-2 and they went out like some G's. Capturing the Larry O'Brien trophy last night. You feel me? The kid was in the building. Hitman was in the building. Milwaukee took it, man.
It was loud in there, wasn't it?
OD. It wasn't like 96 in them. You feel me? It wasn't like the Bulls, but they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee Bucks take out the Phoenix Suns in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Finals MVP with a 50 burger. You feel me? 14 rebounds, 17 and 19 from a free throw line. Man, this was like the Giannis series. I think he's a ride, bro.
What you gonna do with that, man? That's all I'm gonna say. Like 50, 14, 17 from 19 from the free throw line. This man was shooting 45% from the free throw line on the road during this series and hit 17 for 19. I mean, he was in the ultimate zone. And I'm gonna go out here on a limb. First and foremost, congratulations to Giannis. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Straight up.
Giannis is a his story. You never seen his story, but with him and his family and his brothers growing up in Greece, I highly suggest that, I'm pretty sure you saw it, Chris, but if you haven't, people listening, never seen it, I highly suggest that you listen, watch it. It's amazing. This dude really comes from nothing. And he's sitting here as a world champion today. And he is allowed to pop his shit when he say, I took the hard road. I mean, he ain't lying. He had a chance to leave last year in free agency. He said, I'm gonna stay. I thought it was weird. I thought he should have looked at his options. A lot of people thought he should have looked at his options.
Golden State, Miami, you feel me?
There was a lot of great options out there for him, and he probably would have still been in this position today. But it's even sweeter when you're looking at it. They went and, bet the house on Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday showed and proved. Now look, on the offensive end of things, he didn't look great except for Game 5, which he was amazing.
They needed it, yeah.
Look what he did on defense. He was hounding Chris Paul, and we're going to get into the Suns later, but he was hounding Chris Paul. I mean, and in the last 2 games, Devin Booker, I mean, he like a shell of himself because he was literally in the shell. Drew Holiday wasn't letting him do none of that. And he was trying to go ISO. He was trying to go ISO and couldn't really get. I mean, he hit tough shots. Every shot he hit was absolutely tough. But Drew Holiday gave him no space, and he was ripping him up. You saw the play in Game 5, the amazing steal, live to Giannis. And then Game 6, I mean, he just put the clampstone book. So salute to him. I got to take the time to really apologize to Chris Middleton. Honestly, I was never a Chris Middleton fan because his game didn't look the best. Like, you know how you get the eye test, you like Book. Somebody like Book, people love Book because the game, his game looks sexy, right? It's an attractive looking game. He can get to any spot on the floor. He can get to any spot. Yeah, I'm back. He get to any spot on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Pull up Jay. Spin moves, behind the back crossovers, all that. all that makes a game look attractive and makes you look like a superstar.
Word.
Chris Middleton doesn't look like that, but bro, Chris Middleton is an absolute bucket. He can get to any spot on the floor and he can get you a bucket. He made clutch bucket after clutch bucket after clutch bucket. Cool stat. He had 15 either game tying or go ahead buckets in the postseason. That's the most since LeBron did it in 2000 and I want to say 16. So shout out to Chris Middleton. He really showed improvement. He is a bona fide scorer and he's a star in this league. He's a bona fide scorer. He's a star though. He's a star and he started his role. I'm gonna leave the floor to you because I just want to. How did you feel about that Giannis performance? Because I'm still speechless about what I saw.
Legendary. I was talking to one of our guys, mutual friends, earlier. Giannis a Hall of Famer already, bro. Ain't that crazy? It's shocking to say. You feel me?
26.
That boy back to back. That boy back to back MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, All-Star MVP. Didn't miss a shot in the All-Star game. Was down 0-2 twice in these playoffs. He's down 0-2 against the Nets. He's down 0-2 against the Suns. When all of the chips was down against him, the free throw shooting, you seen my mans was chopping hundreds in game 4, you feel me, or game 5 out in Phoenix. They was trolling. They was trolling, bro, everywhere he went. He can't shoot. The 3-pointers is getting them irritated. You gonna get your coach fired, X, Y, and Z. And he said, you know what? Nah, I'm not hearing none of that. I'm not hearing none of that, bro. Legendary performances. And he got all the highlight plays that's gonna make them documentaries. He got the block on Aiden, and that was like unreal. That was otherworldly. Amazing. That was just instinctual. You know what I'm saying? And then
nobody can make that play.
Man.
Nobody can make that play.
You see,
it's funny. It's just one of those plays where you like, damn. I mean, the only person I would say that could probably recover, like show on the screen and recover the block of oop like that, would probably be AD. But I mean, when I first saw it, I said only Giannis could do that. That was ridiculous to me. Amazing, plays defensively. Last night, how many blocks? He was throwing everybody. Everybody was coming to lane. He was throwing it. He set the tone early.
Straight up.
He set the tone early. Chris, it was honestly, it was one of the top. It was the best performance in my lifetime I've seen in a game, in an NBA Finals game.
Wow.
There's a lot of performances to win a championship. Bro. There's a lot, right? In a game, like when I think of best game performances, what instantly comes to mind to me is Allen Iverson, Game 1, 2001 in the finals against the Lakers, right? They didn't win that final series, but what he had to do, he basically put the team on his back and won that game. It was one of the most amazing performances I've seen. LeBron didn't win, but when he got 51 in Golden State in 2018, and the famous J.R. Smith play. I thought that was an amazing performance.
Right.
But Giannis, Shaq has some dominating performances just like this. But Giannis, the way that he plays, he does not take a single second off on the floor. Something that you can say he don't got no moves. You can say that he run people over.
We said all that. We said all that.
You can say all that about Giannis. One thing you can't say is that he takes plays off. That dude plays every single second like it's his last. And last night he dominated every single second he was on the floor. He had 20 in the third, sorry. He had another 13 in the fourth, 33 in the second half. They kept sending him to the free throw line. He kept knocking down free throws. They was trying to bring stuff in the paint. He was wiping that out. DeAndre Ayton looked like he was absolutely terrified to be on the floor with him and guarding him. That's what it's about, man. That you love to see performances like that. That's something that that's gonna put him in and like I think somebody said. They might as well go ahead and put a statue outside the Bucks arena right now for him. And I actually agree.
It's over with. Early. He racked up everything that you need on the report card for a Hall of Fame career early in his career. It's almost unheard of. So salute to the Milwaukee Bucks. I will say though, that Deer District, they got Jurassic Park beat. Telling you.
Yeah.
Legit.
They said it was how many? 85,000? 85,000
between the stadium and Deer District. So we've been out here for about 3 weeks now. You feel me? Working on the situation. They opened up a whole nother lot because they were turning people away the other night, and it was already at 45,000 people at capacity, packed. So they opened it up for Game 6 after they won Game 5. They had a watch party out here for Game 5 on Saturday. And after that, they opened it up. It was 60,000 plus the 17 or 18, whatever it is on the inside. This building is Pfizer Forum's only 3 years old, I think. It's going into its third year, right? They said with that combined amount of people, they said that population for last night made the city of Milwaukee the 5th most populated city in the state of Wisconsin. And that was just for the game, bro.
You would have thought the whole city, you would have thought the whole state was there, though. The way, like, some of those shots that I seen on TV were absolutely crazy.
Straight up.
I know that Dr. Fauci was probably like, you know what I'm saying, shaking his head somewhere, looking at this like, nah, bro, y'all doing too much. But hey, when you ain't won a championship in 50 years, and you got the opportunity to do it at the crib, you know, everybody coming out. So,
straight up.
Yes, salute to the Bucks, man. It's just an all-around good story. Everybody on that team, man. PJ Tucker, think about his story. Made it in the league, went overseas, had to grind back to get back in the league, almost had a chance with Houston, was over there with the whole James Harden saga and got traded to the Bucks and played a vital role on for the team's success.
He had to go. Let me stop you. He had to take Kevin Durant on. He had to take Kevin Durant on head on. Had to beat them in that series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't stop him, but I mean, he had to. He may have made life a little bit tougher for him. I'm not going to give him something to think about. But he had to take that challenge. Yeah, he had to take the challenge. I get what you're saying.
Talk about Bobby Portis though. But come on, give it up, give it up. Hey, I miss him on the Bulls, dog. Salute,
man,
BP.
Bobby Portis, man. Well deserved, man. He carved out a role. You know, in the NBA is like all these guys can get buckets. You know what I'm saying? You take them to a pro-am, you take them to a gym, they can all get buckets, right? But it's all about being able to be a star in your role. And Bobby Portis was a star in his role.
He don't give you Joakim Noah. He don't give you Joakim Noah vibes right now.
He is a better scorer than Joakim Noah.
I'm just about the attitude,
about the energy,
the toughness,
the attitude and energy. Yeah, he brought instant energy off that bench. He got the crowd engaged. He was a crowd favorite. So yeah, just like Joakim Noah, I will give you that. That's fair. That's fair to say. I just believe that, you know, last night he made timely bucket after timely bucket. He was getting offensive rebounds when they needed them, and that's another thing. We'll get into. I want to kind of break down why the Bucks won, but they were just a bigger team, bro. They're just a bigger team. The Suns, I guess this will be a good time to transition to them. What a season. What a season for them, man. We didn't think they was going to get here. I didn't think I thought they was going to make the playoffs. Maybe a first round, you know, a learning lesson in the first round. They'll go out in a tough, like 6-game series or something like that. Yeah. But they went out in 6 in the finals. That's hella overachieved. That's a great achievement for them. I know that they wanted to bring it home, especially being up 2-0. But, I mean, nothing but respect to that team. I just think that they were too small. I think they were too small. Once you take Aiden off the floor, you got, you know, Milwaukee over there with Lopez, Giannis, Bobby Portis, everybody. I mean, PJ Tucker. They were big guys. They were just bullying them. At one point, after game 2, I thought they were bullying them all series. It just so happened to take its course starting in game 3, where you just start to see like, yo, you can just bully them whenever they want to and get
Giannis,
to the rack.
And Giannis led the way.
Rebound. Yep, offensive rebounds killed them, and the Bucks really dominated in the paint, and that's where they lived. And then Chris Middleton making timely buckets. So salute to them. Salute to the Suns. Chris Paul, what a hell of a season, man. Coming from OKC, and that job he did with them there. I really wanted him to get this one. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted him to get it after game 2. I wanted to jump on a bandwagon and say the series was over, but I just knew because Giannis was still getting his numbers. They were just losing. I'm like, they haven't stopped Giannis. They just winning at home. They took care of their business. We got to see what they do when they go on the road. Yeah. And it sucks that they lost 4 straight. And I'm like, damn, I wanted to see a game 7, but I wanted to see a game 7. But yeah, salute this Chris Paul, man. What did you think about the Suns season?
I think the ghost of John Stockton still haunting the kid, man. You feel me? Sorry, my G.
Damn.
Sorry, my G. I know you was ready.
Win, so
I ain't coming back on the show. If Chris Paul come with the ring, I'm coming back on the show. I'm coming for your head. I already know. I feel it.
I was coming to light y'all ass up. Everybody who was talking, because I mean, a lot of people surprisingly agree with you. So I'm like, all right, this is kind of crazy to me, but I think he showed and proved that he should be in that top 5 discussion for point guards of all time. I mean, it's only so much. It's only so much he could do in that series. I know people wanted him to do more. They wanted him to be more aggressive, but Chris Paul is the point guard. If you've never seen him play, that's how Chris Paul plays. He does not take every shot. That's why he had Devin Booker there. He's a shooting guard to get buckets. And so he played within the flow of the game. And he was actually the best player they had last night. And if you really want to look at it, DeAndre Ayton didn't bring his game. Nobody brought their game except for Chris Paul somewhat.
I think they should have played Cam Johnson more. I think that you're absolutely right. I had the Bucks winning it even before it started because I felt like the difference was going to be the size. Even with the Bucks, the Bucks have bigger guards overall. I think Devin Booker is the Suns' biggest guard, and he's not the most like stocky. You feel me? Like he's tall. He's I think 6'5", 6'5.5", so a little taller than D Wade, but he's not like brolic like that. You know what I'm saying? He's going and also salute to Devin Booker too, because the knock on him was he's inconsistent. Like he has the mentality, right? But the shots weren't falling when they needed to, especially last night. Chris Paul's numbers declined from game 1 all the way to game 6. I think Devin Booker, when he fouled out that one night, he had 10 points. You're not gonna win a championship like that. You know what I'm saying? They got some real good hope with Mikal Bridges. He showed them that he has some game. Jay Crowder just can't seem to win a championship for whatever reason. He can get you there, but he can't win it for him. But the biggest thing for me, bro, I felt like was the matchups and the differences. The difference, and you might find this kind of funny. The thing that the Suns were missing the most, Milwaukee had it. A backup center for Ayton. Who's a perfect backup center for Ayton? Bobby Portis. The thing that would have the thing that would have bit the Bucks in the ass had they lost was what? A backup point guard to combat Chris Paul, campaign, Devin Booker. DiVincenzo was out for the Bucks. So who was their backup point guard?
A lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that. You right about that.
You feel me? And he's their starting point guard before Drew got there. So who's the backup point guard for them? A washed Jeff Teague. You feel me? Who wasn't even in the league. He went from Boston to out of the league or whatever. Like but he used to be an all-star on the Hawks, but like, man, nobody was checking for Jeff Teague like that. It kind of was like they took a flyer on him. And as long he kind of played that Quinn Cook role. You feel me? That for the Lakers last year.
That's kind of crazy. Every time I seen him in a game, I was like, "Damn, that's Jeff Teague." Like, because I'm just not even like Charles Barkley was in one of the pre-games thinking that Jeff Teague still played for the Hawks when they was playing them in a playoff series, which was absolutely funny. But yeah, dog, you're absolutely right. I think what hurt the Suns was Dario Saric going out. With the ACL. Right. As much as he can put the ball on the floor a little bit, but he can shoot and he can spread the floor out. And he gave him another dynamic when they took Ayton out of the game. But him going out with that torn ACL, I think really kind of affected how they played their bench. And you're right, Cam Johnson is a hell of a shooter. He can shoot the rock off the ball. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows he can shoot the field.
Don't forget that.
That dunk was vicious. That dunk was absolutely vicious, bro. He will be a starter. You can kind of book that he will probably be a starter next year. I don't know what that Jay Crowder situation looks like in Phoenix, but I believe that Cam Johnson is in line to start for that team. He can absolutely shoot the ball. He should have got more shots in the finals. They're young. They overachieved. Like all of them were young. Chris Paul was probably the only real vet. Like, I mean, you could call Jay Crowder a vet because he was the one with finals experience. But Chris, they just needed one more veteran that when it gets kind of deep in them trenches, somebody that they could count on. And as much as we talk about Chris Paul and his experience, that was his first time in the finals. He was learning too, which is crazy at the age of 36.
Took him long enough.
So
let me.
Go ahead.
Let me put the bullet on this.
Mm-hmm.
If you Eric Bledsoe, how pissed off do you gotta be that your last two teams that you was on are in the finals, and the team that you was just on, the reason that they won is because they ain't had you, essentially. Like, you was the piece that was kind of holding them back. And my second question to you is, if you Nikola Mirotic, how pissed off are you that Bobby Portis got a ring? This
Milwaukee.
Fam, knocked my teeth out and got a ring.
I mean, yeah, and Mirotic was there last year too, which was wild. But I would say this with the Eric Bledsoe situation, he can only be mad at himself. I mean, honestly,
don't you do it to yourself?
He can only be mad at himself. They paid him. They paid him. They thought he would be their starting point guard that would be able to do exactly what Jrue Holiday did. It's not like, if you look at it now, it wasn't like they needed Eric Bledsoe to go out and get them 30 because Jrue Holiday didn't.
Word.
Jrue Holiday just played solid defense and played a traditional point guard role and made sure that he didn't turn the ball over. Eric Bledsoe, well, his problem was when he got to the playoffs, he was just nowhere to be found at all on both ends of the floor. I mean, you remember that series when Isaiah Thomas was with the Celtics, and he was given what's the name of that work?
Yeah,
he was given Bledsoe to work. So or Terry Rozier, one of the two. I don't know.
Pick one. It was all of them.
It was a combination.
Smart Rozier.
So
IT. They was going crazy on them.
Yeah, it was a combination. So you look at that, and that was on him. But it was a progression of Giannis. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the progression of Giannis, his ability to get better. I mean, the Suns didn't build a wall, which is crazy. I don't know if they tried and they just couldn't do it, but it looked like they put Ayton on an island and said, "You're going to be the Giannis stopper," and that didn't work.
You're not ready for that. He's too young.
Yeah, he's too young. But Giannis was able to, read the defense. He became a better passer this whole playoff run. He was making right reads every time. I mean, give him credit. He went into Brooklyn, that game 7 against KD, even though the Nets were undermanned. He went in there and they won, and he played well. And he did what he had to do. We give him a lot of flack for not guarding the best player when that player is getting hot. But he may just be a better, like, off-ball defender. He may be a better help defender. We say this about Bron. He's a great help defender. He don't necessarily got to guard the best player all the time. So, man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of wrinkles here, man. Chris Paul is a free agent. He has the option. He has the ability to opt in for $44 million, right?
Yeah.
Or he could become a free agent. If you were Chris Paul, what do you do?
They said the Lakers calling right now.
Finals
ain't even been over 24 hours, and the Lakers is calling. So y'all, I mean, it didn't happen before, dog. You supposed to have been there, what, 05, 06, something like that? When was it? 08, 09? Yeah. You supposed to have been there a while ago, dog.
You know what? If Chris Paul wants to win a ring, and it's crazy, this championship this year was a window for both Milwaukee or Phoenix. I really felt like whoever didn't win this is never getting back there. Like, that's how I just felt about it.
Wow.
Because you look at it on the Eastern. Look at it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. We're not throwing shade. We're just gonna call a spade a spade. I mean, Milwaukee barely got past that Nets team with just KD and James Harden on one leg. It took a game 7, overtime, all that shit. So let's just call a spade a spade. Next year, they're going to be fully loaded, ready to go, locked and loaded. I don't see how the Bucks beat them unless they just self-deteriorate. I don't know.
They are going to play. They are going to play them, though. They are going to play them, though.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. But I just believe that team is going to be the Nets is going to run the East. I think they're going to run the East for the next 3-4 years, whatever. The Phoenix Suns, I mean, they overachieved. Come on, next year you got how many teams coming back? The Denver Nuggets going to be in good health. The Clippers, if Kawhi come back and everything's well, they might be in good health. The Lakers, AD and Bron going to be healthy, and they gonna add somebody.
Golden State.
They gonna add. Golden State gonna be back. Oh my God, Dallas is gonna be better.
Yeah, Dallas gonna be better if Golden State puts a package together for these picks. They could get a Dame Lillard. They could get a Kyle Lowry. They could make something happen. Serious.
It's just so much going on. So if I'm looking at it, and I'm Chris Paul. I'm like, all right, we're gonna run through the West again. What's the chances of that? Not likely. I'm 36, going on 37. I don't have to be here. I helped these guys. We had a magical season. I hope they learned something from me.
They was number 2 all year, though. They was number 2 seed pretty much the whole time, though. Don't forget.
Yeah, but I mean, I just don't. In my opinion, I don't see it. If I'm Chris Paul, I'm gonna take some phone calls. No, nothing wrong with coming back. Nothing wrong with coming back and running it back. I think that it would be nice if you ran it back. But you know the Lakers on that phone. Come on, dog. You know they on the phone. Magic.
You know where he was supposed to been at though at the beginning of the season, right?
What, Miami?
Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, they went and got Drew instead.
They went and got Drew because they were scared of the age. They were scared of the hurt, like him being hurt, and the money wasn't necessarily adding up all the way. So now that he got his success in Phoenix, opened their eyes up. They got a new what you call it, sponsor for the arena, right? Because they didn't even have one for a while. Now he coming out the window. Now he jumping out the window saying he won $100 million, which he can get, which he's worth, which he deserves. Well, who had $100 million
to 37?
Yeah, you know, it's the Kobe contract. It's the lifetime achievement. But point I'm trying to make is who had the $100 million to give him for the extension? Milwaukee. How do you know that? Because they just gave $111 million to Drew.
They made a great decision. I'm gonna tell you this. They made a great decision. I'm not saying Milwaukee. I would hate to just write them off like that because once you win a championship, you figure shit out. And Giannis is probably at the point where he's figured out how to win a championship, right? So it's gonna be hard to knock off anybody who's a champ. But the Brooklyn Nets have champs too. They know what it takes to get there too, and they just talented. So I just don't see it. I just don't see how they get back. I think that Milwaukee has to be aggressive in like whatever they're doing in their offseason moves to make that roster better. They cannot be complacent with like, yo, we got one. Because if they do that, they probably be out. They'll be out quick second round next year. A lot of them teams in the East are getting better. So it's exciting, man. I can't wait. Draft is coming up. Right back to it. Yeah, yes, sir. And then what we got coming up right now? USA basketball. You want to get into that?
Yeah, let's get off into it. So in case you've been living under a rock and you don't know what's going on, USA basketball has been getting paintbrushed and smacked around. I think they just got their first win against Australia the other day. They just got their first win in Tokyo. The U.S. just got their first win in Tokyo the other day. They medaled, but the opening ceremony for the Olympics, the official opening is supposed to be on Friday. But USA basketball been losing their exhibitions, and they've been having the likes of Jason Tatum, you feel me, Dame Lillard, you feel me, Kevin Durant, you feel me, and they've been getting treated like, what's up? What's going on? Are they not taking it serious? Is it Popovich? Is the game past them? What's going on, dog?
Well, I will say this, bro. Every country that plays the USA, it's going to be their gold medal game, whether it's exhibition or not. That's how I look at it. That's number one.
It's been that.
It's always been that. It's always been that. You're right. But now, if you're taking a look, like they lost to Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying it with a shocked, like, yeah. And a lot of people were shocked. But they have 9 NBA players on that team.
Right.
They play on current NBA rosters, which lets you know it's not like this thing that everybody keeps saying the world is catching up. I believe so. The world is catching up. Now, there is still a big gap, but the world is catching up. But you got to respect it. They're NBA players. They're not scared. The element of being scared of the players and like letting them do whatever they want to do, that time is over. So now anybody has a chance. What I mean by that is this. You seen the Dream Team documentary, right?
Word.
The 92 Dream Team.
Word.
Bro, all they did was step in the arena, and the other teams were already asking for autographs. They was just happy to be on the floor with Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone, the likes of all these guys. They just were happy to be there, bro. They was getting scummed by 60 and was happy to be getting beat by 60, bro. See what I'm saying? So it's different now, bro. These guys see them in practice. Like, I practice against you, bro. I see you. We're on the same team, G. I know your moves. Like, it's all good. Like, we gonna hoop. Yeah. We gonna hoop. And these guys, if you look at this roster, this is a roster full of new guys, bro. I don't like the only star, like superstar, true superstar. The best player, of course, Kevin Durant, right? I mean, you got Damian Lillard. This is his first time. Jason Tatum, first time. Middleton, first time. Drew Holiday, first time. Zach LaVine, first time. Jeremy Grant, first time. Devin Booker, first time. Bam Adebayo, first time. There's no Kyrie Irving. There's no Steph Curry. There's no LeBron James. There's no three. There's none of these guys who know the game and who were here before, and the level of play that you have to be at the USA level, the amount that you have to mesh quickly. That's the biggest thing. You have to mesh quickly. You got to understand the importance of that. And there's nobody really on that team that understands that except for KD. But KD doesn't strike me as the type of person that's like going to be very vocal about it. He just go out there and he just want to hoop. So, man, I'm looking at the roster. And should win the gold. They should win the gold, bro. Just off the fact that they have KD. And if we think KD is who I know he is, and we all know who he is, he even said it. Y'all know my name. He said this before. If he is who he is, and they got Devin Booker and all that firepower, they should win the gold medal. But you got to go against a team like Spain, who've been playing together for years and years and years. Exactly. Or they got to go against Australia with Patty Mills and those, like, these teams play all the time, and they have to gel together in a couple of weeks. So I don't think there's any panic. I am surprised they lost 2 exhibition games in a row. I felt like they just showed up thinking that because they had the USA across their jersey, they were going to win. But I think they have woke up. I think they woke up a little bit, and not having Bradley Beal is going to hurt them soon. So I'm watching. Before, I wouldn't watch until it got to the medal rounds for the basketball in USA. But I'm watching every game now if I can.
So it's a 16-year-old. I forget how to pronounce his name, but you're going to see him in the tournament this year. And he's giving NBA players buckets, bro. I think he's like 7'1", 7'2", 16 years old. I'm gonna get
what country?
I forgot. I was just watching them the other day, but I didn't catch the beginning of the game, so I'm gonna have to put it on the Instagram. But it's gonna be a lot more talent from overseas. Obviously, Luka's gonna be leading his team. So like you said, there's gonna be top tier NBA talent on teams other than the USA. But this is exactly why I disqualify a gold medal as part of a Hall of Fame resume. You feel what I'm saying?
Damn. Melo gonna want to have a word with you. Go ahead, continue.
That's cool.
Continue.
That's fine. The U.S. is supposed to win the gold. They supposed to have been winning the gold, especially USA basketball. They supposed to win the gold. And just to your point, like when they stepped in the arena in 92, right? And they won the gold, it was almost like it was just as much of an intimidation factor as it was about them actually being a better team individually and as a collective. Like, you send all-stars over there. What you think is supposed to happen? It's the Monstars. You feel what I'm saying? But when they don't, the only time we talk about it and and act surprised about it is when they don't win the gold medal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all the best in the world. Y'all prove it on a night in, night out basis. So when people go, oh, well, yeah, Melo won 3 gold medals. You're supposed to. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're by and large, the American players are the best players in the world. There's only a few and far away, like a Luka, a generational talent that comes from overseas. Like, typically, the Euro game, it has obviously had its effect on the NBA, but they come in and they play specific roles. You're a specialist. Whether from Tony Kukoc, from Petrovic, all the way up to Luka now. Like, Luka is a generational talent because he has an all-around game. But when you talk about, Shaq says it all the time, but he says it in jest. Like, whenever you got a Vitch at the end of your name, you know they can shoot that motherfucker. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact. You know what? That's an interesting, and I could see that argument. I could see that argument for why you wouldn't include gold medals in a resume, right? I just believe that you have to because of what a gold medal means, right? Not necessarily the sport. You got a gold medal, it don't matter if you got a gold medal in walking. They're gonna be like, yo, you a gold medalist. Like,
True.
It holds some type of weight.
True.
So to your argument, I get what you're saying, because somebody the caliber of, say, a Carmelo Anthony I feel like he's a Hall of Famer even without the gold medals. I just think that the gold medal strengthens his argument because he was able to do it. And it's every 4 years. So you have to be, if you got 3 gold medals, that means for over a decade, you were one of the best in the world at what you do and was able to go represent your country at the highest level and win. I just believe that holds some. I believe that holds some type of weight. Now, there is some factors here though that I want to talk about. So Team USA, I'm like, damn, they losing. When was the last time they lost?
Yeah, right.
And they didn't win the gold medal, right?
Right.
The last time they didn't lose, the last time they lost was 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I
don't know if you remember that team. Had Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett. I'm like, I can't believe these boys lost, right? But the coach was Larry Brown. After that, of course, the Redeem team came, and who became the coach?
Coach K, right?
Coach K.
Yeah.
Coach K is no longer the coach. It is now Greg Popovich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to believe that there's something going on here with like Coach K. Coach K is one of the best coaches in the world ever in the sport of basketball, right? Because his ability to get not only young men in college to galvanize and win, but also to get grown men who have egos, money, status, fame, all of that to come together and win as well.
But it's so weird though, and I ain't mean to cut you off, but he got a Vitch at the end of his name and he can't shoot for shit.
Who? Popovich?
Popovich, yeah.
No, you're a fool, bro. No. But look, hear me out though.
What up?
Greg Popovich is a great coach. He's a great coach. Don't get me wrong. But Team USA is full of stars. Like, he's gonna have, and they have to come together quick. Popovich is used to having guys that was with him for 20 years. He was able to mold and shape them into what they needed to be. He only got a couple weeks to get it together with this team.
Straight up, yeah, right.
I just believe that may play a part into it. And they got Steve Kerr on the coach. They have like not a new coach staff, but it's new. It's Greg Popovich's program and not Coach K. So we'll see what that looks like, man. I'm very interested though.
Man, I hope they don't lose, dog. I really hope they don't lose. Again, the Olympics from Tokyo, the opening ceremony start on Friday. You think Giannis is gonna play? He's gonna represent Greece? Or you think he chills out?
I don't even know if Greece is there. I don't know if Greece is there, but I mean, if I'm Giannis, I mean, I just want a chip. I dropped a 50 burger. I went to Chick-fil-A, ordered a 50 piece.
50.
I've been running around here. Like honestly.
You see how you ordered it? 50.
Yeah, not 51, not 49, 50. But 50. You're boss. I loved it. I loved every part of that. But if I'm Giannis, I mean, you always want to represent your country. He might take this one off though. He's been playing a lot of basketball. That's why a lot of the stars haven't been going from the USA. You got to realize basketball has been going on for literally probably 2 years straight now. Like nonstop for some of these players.
Between the bubble,
they went deep into the playoffs.
Word,
they went deep into the playoffs. It's about 2 years nonstop. So I think Giannis is gonna enjoy this one. He's gonna sit with his trophies with his family. He's gonna enjoy this one. He's probably not gonna go to the Olympics. And I don't even know how they still have an Olympics with all what's going on with these cases of coronavirus and everything. I seen a report of they still got on the table to just cancel the Olympics, but I mean, time is ticking. They got a few days.
Yeah, you see a bunch of WNBA players dropping out, including Liz Cambridge from the Vegas Aces. She's not. Australia. She's not representing
Australia.
Straight up. I don't know, dog. I just pray that everybody's safe. kind of was in a bubble situation for these past couple of weeks with the NBA playoffs. Has been real tedious, man. We have to test constantly. So I will take this time right now in the midst of the pod to tell everybody, if depending on how you feel about being vaccinated, not vaccinated. I got a homie right now. He practices holistic, but he works in the industry with sports. And some of these media networks and some of the leagues are saying by August 1st, you gotta have your vax. Otherwise, you're gonna have to find another line of work. So that kind of was a decision that, people like him had to kind of deal with. But I will just be a proponent of saying be safe. Continue to be safe. Continue to be safe. Absolutely. Wear your mask. Goofy. It ain't safe out here. It ain't sweet out here just because you get a B12 shot and think you back in action or we back outside. Nah, dog. Be safe. You feel me? Please be safe. It was some positive tests out here in Milwaukee. Y'all seen Thanasis, Giannis' brother, wasn't able to be a part of Game 6 because he tested positive. Yep. One of the referees was replaced in Game 5 or Game 6 because they tested positive. ESPN Countdown broadcaster Jay Williams tested positive, so he wasn't able to continue to be here and be a part of the NBA final situation. So just remember, and he's vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? But
a lot of people have been vaccinated and catching it, which is the crazy part I want to bring up about that. I don't we gotta stay safe. Stay safe, man. Stay safe. Mask up if you can, and if you vaccinated, just do your part. And if you're not, do your part as well, man. It's kind of crazy with like college. You seen the colleges, the SEC and SEC, and I want to say the Big 12 are looking at if the players are not vaccinated, 85% of players are not vaccinated on these college teams, that if they have a breakout or whatever, they're not rescheduling the games. They're just going to forfeit.
They'll forfeit. Oh, got you.
So, that's a big thing, man. A lot of money is on the line. A lot of money is on the line there. And these teams, like, you get a forfeit that's going on your record, and that's going to affect the college playoff. So,
for sure.
Man, we'll get more news on that. But yeah, man, I love what you said, man. Stay safe. For sure. Man.
Make sure y'all hit us up in the mailbag. Let us know how y'all feeling about the Bucks being the champions of the NBA world. The Hitmen Podcast at gmail.com. Hit us up on the socials, Instagram at the Hitmen Podcast, at Labeled and On, at Mo_Sal1. That boy back out here again. You feel me? Mo back outside. Come on, man. He come back. He still come back out here cool, bro. I don't know. We missed you around the campfire. We missed you around the campfire, bro.
I miss being here, man. I'm glad to be back, man. This shit is fun.
Let's get into the quick hits real quick. Did you catch the UFC fight, Conor and Dustin Poirier?
Oh man, I was in Vegas. I was there in Vegas for fight night. Vegas, yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm tired, but kicked it with some homies out there. Shout out to them. We actually were eating and forgot that the fight was coming on.
I thought you was going somewhere else with it.
No, bro. We went to go eat dinner. We went to go eat, and we went to Beauty in Essex. So that's right by, STK and the Cosmo. But we eating. We're like, we're going to eat. Find somewhere to go watch the fight. Well, good vibes, just chilling. But we like, we're going to eat. Find somewhere to watch the fight. Me and the dog KO and like rest of the homies, Vay, Ronnie, shout out to them. But I'm eating, and then I hit my phone. Like, I'm thinking the undercards are going for hours and stuff. I look up like, Poirier, McGregor about to start right now. I'm like, damn, I'm in the middle of my meal. So we finished the meal. We like try to get out and see what's gonna happen. By the time we get out of the restaurant, bro, I get the picture to my phone of this man's leg just going the other way. I'm like, damn. So didn't catch it. Ended up catching the replay. And after I seen the replay, McGregor was getting whooped, man.
Boy,
he wasn't gonna win that fight.
He wasn't
gonna win that fight.
Talk about it.
He was not gonna win that fight. I think I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put you. I just think that McGregor is done. I think that he shouldn't come back. I think that it's not worth it for him. He's made so much money outside of the sport, and he's not making that much in the sport to even, and I don't think his motivation is there. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's there. I think that he has a lot of different ventures going on. He has a lot of money now. He's got a good life. His family is set. I just think that it's time to retire from the UFC and try other things. I don't know how you feel about that.
Let's hear what Conor got to say. Let's hear what Conor got to say first.
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to retire at all, dog. It sounds like he getting back to it as soon as he can. It sounds like he been a little bit busy.
I really couldn't make out what he was trying to say, but it sounded like he wanted some smoke. He still wanted the smoke. I don't think he got that fire, man. Hey, look, when you don't got no money and you fighting to, you know what I'm saying? And you fighting to live and you fighting to get on, it's different when you got $100 million sitting in the bank and they ask you to come out and put your body online. It's a different type of motivation you coming out with. It's a different type of hunger you come out with. So I just don't see him getting back to that Conor. And he's been losing. He lost his last 3 fights.
Yeah,
he lost 2 in a row to Poirier.
Yeah,
and then
he lost. I mean, if you count the loss to Floyd, you probably should say it's an exhibition fight. But I mean, he hasn't won a fight in 4 years, and they talking about he might go back and fight Nate Diaz again.
No, he don't want to do that. Nate Diaz really about that life, and he really want to hurt him. Nate Diaz really be wanting to hurt him. Like the people that he fights, they really want to hurt him, like bad. And so, and they don't got the money that Conor got, so they know they can make their money and their fame off. What's her name? I bet you Poirier selling all the hot sauce in the world right now after whipping on Conor again. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think that he should. Hey, look, he should go back to try to box. He should go ahead and box. What's my man's name? Jake Paul. Might as well take that fight on. They make a lot of money. No. I won't pay for it.
Let me ask you about something that you might have paid for. Did you see Space Jam? Yeah, I know you. You probably copped some merch and all that for your guy. What you think of?
Let me ask you what you thought of Space Jam. No, it ain't about me. Let me ask you what you thought about Space Jam. What you think about Space Jam?
I thought it was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Bill Murray did his thing. Really? Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, Patrick Ewing. Space Jam is a generational film. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my childhood. I loved it. You feel me? Space Jam was dope, bro. Forever. Chain these broken wings. You feel me? Space Jam was
smart ass. All right. Smart guy. How would you think about Space Jam 2? A New Legacy. What you think about that movie?
To be honest, I ain't see that.
Oh, that man ain't seen it. Yo, you ain't seen it?
Nah, when that come out? When that come out?
You know what? That came out last week, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad you brought this up.
All right.
What's up with us, man? What's up with us? When I say what's up with y'all, man? I'm talking to y'all, America. I'm talking to everybody. Man, we grown. I mean, I'm in my 30s. You in your 30s. I seen a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm like, bro, it really hurt. Y'all really hurt. Mike, y'all really hurt. Brian did a remake to Space Jam. Y'all really in y'all feelings about it, bro. I was on Twitter and I seen people really giving a critique about LeBron's acting. Bro, he didn't make Space Jam. Let me newsflash. He didn't make Space Jam for me, for you, for none of that. He made it for your shorties. He made it for the kids, man. And honestly, I saw it, and LeBron's acting. I mean, yeah, it could have been better. But whose
acting was worse? Whose acting was worse? Ray Allen's and He Got Game, or LeBron's in the new Space Jam?
Oh, no. See, LeBron's worse. LeBron's was worse. LeBron's was worse. But all in all, like, I'm gonna be honest, G. I didn't go to see LeBron's acting. Like, I want to see this plot. I want to see the plot. And I'm a Looney Tunes fan. Just like real talk. The first Space Jam with Michael Jordan, it wasn't because of Mike. I mean, we watched it because of Mike. But the movie was made because of Bill Murray. They did a great job.
And Mike acting wasn't great. And Mike wasn't great acting in Space Jam either.
Absolutely.
But he did go 22 for 22 for the field. just a quick look. You feel me? He was perfect.
Only Mike fashion he would be.
He's the only one that scored. He's the only one that scored a basket.
I know that was crazy, but in this Space Jam, if you haven't seen it, it's great. I'm not gonna lie, the animation is really good on it. People like saying it's all over the place, but it's it's 2021. What do you want? Like, the graphics are gonna be out of this world. It's great graphics. Don Cheadle did an amazing job. Actually, really carried the movie. It's Don Cheadle though.
Shout out to Black Monday. He's a great actor. Shout out to Black Monday.
Yeah, man. Did an amazing job. The graphics was cool. Dame time. That was cold. That was a cold part of the movie. There was some funny things in the movie that happened. The Looney Tunes, the characters, of course, great. And there was a good message in the movie. A great family movie. I think any kid that's gonna see it is gonna love it. But it was crazy because LeBron didn't take nothing but like 2 shots the whole game. It was funny as hell. He didn't take no shots. He tried to not make it about him. So I give it his respect, but I'm not gonna critique his acting. It was a cool movie, bro. Go see it, bro. Go ahead. Go see it, man. Take it shorty, man. Take it shorty. She gonna love it. I know she gonna love it.
We got better things to do with our time. What you think about Sha'Carri, man?
Oh,
People's champ, boy. Did you hear this? Did you hear that she could have been on the relay team, but she turned it down because they wanted her to run third leg and she wanted to run anchor?
Yeah, man. People might not like me for this, but here we go. Sha'Carri Richardson, amazing talent. She can run. We know that. She has captured the hearts of a lot of us because a lot of people see themselves in her and her story. She smoked weed. The Olympics do not allow that. It's the rules. She broke the rules. If you break the rules in anything, there's consequences.
Even though it was legal where she smoked it, the state that she smoked it in, even though
where she smoked it at?
Oregon.
Tell me.
She's in Oregon.
Oh, yeah, but it don't matter because it's Oregon rules, not the Olympic rules.
So that's the
thing.
The
Olympic rules say that that's not legal. The Olympic rules say that that's not legal.
So with y'all. That's the difference, though. That's the difference, though. I'm not saying that you're wrong. She didn't break the law. She broke the rules.
The rules.
Right.
It's a difference. You with me? That's exactly where I'm going with this.
Right.
I don't think that this thing should be against the law because obviously we are saying now that it's getting changed, right?
Yeah, it's decriminalized. Things are like
changing all over the place. Again, decriminalized. People, they're federally passing it. All these different type of things. We get that. I get all of that. But she broke the rules, bro. Like, if you broke the rules and you blatantly broke the rules, there's no ifs or buts about it. You broke the rules and you admit to breaking the rules, and you know in the handbook that the rules say if you break it, this will happen to you. I can't be coming out and being like, man, let her run, bro, let her run. So just gonna let everybody run, right? Like, we just can't look at it like that. I think it's a teaching moment for her. I think that the way she responded, she took what's her name for it. She took responsibility for it. But then after she took responsibility for it and people start to come out talking about let her run, she start to run with the narrative of like, oh, they hating on me and this and the third. And so I didn't like that because I believe that there's a lot of athletes who did not break the rules that are African American, that are women, that are going to Tokyo that we should support.
Like who?
And
like who? Big them up right now.
I mean, you want to go in different sports? We got, of course, Simone Biles. We got what's her name? The track. I forgot her name in track, but she the one that came out and made the statement. I don't want to say it's not Gabby. It's Gabby Thomas. I want to say it's not Gabby Douglas, but I think it's Gabby Thomas. But salute to them. There's a lot of females in the sport, just in general. The Olympics, they make the rules across the board for everybody. Right. So this is just not a USA rule. This is not something that just happened to her. This would happen to a Jamaican. This would have happened to Chinese. This would have happened to an Australian. This would have happened to anybody, bro. So I'm under the belief that, yes, it's sad that we couldn't see her in the Olympics. I want to see her go against Shelly Ann in Jamaica in that 100 because that would have been, you know what I'm saying?
She's so bad. That would have been so bad, dog. I'm sorry.
That would have been tight. That would have been tight to see that 100 come down to them two. But it's still, I mean, honestly, Shelly Ann Frazier, she's fast as shit.
She bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right, let me chill.
Shout out to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? But the rules are rules, bro. The rules are the rules, and it's a teaching lesson.
Right.
She just gonna come back and be better. She had the Beats commercial with Kanye I saw yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She got things going for her. So, she was coping at the time too. And I'm not the one to be telling somebody how to cope with death or how to cope with losing a loved one. I can't tell you cope with however it makes you feel better. But at the same time, you know that you got to abide by rules because you got a bigger purpose too. So, definitely a teaching moment for her.
She broke the rules, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. And I'm a big fan of hers. And track and field, especially at the Olympics, is nothing like it, bro. I don't know if you ever went to track meets like that, high school and college, but the relays and them sprints, bro, that's like major. That give you like big fight feel. You feel me? So, but she broke the rules, man. It's been people that's been disqualified from Olympic style events for eating bagels that had too many poppy seeds in them. You know what I'm saying? And they test positive for opioid. You know what I mean?
Going on for years, bro.
So it's one of them things where
the first one.
Yeah, and I but at the same time, I'm not heartless. I feel bad for her because of the circumstances. Like you can't, like you said, you can't tell people how to cope. And we human at the end of the day. So I feel for her, but you got to honor your moms by persevering it. And maybe she just in 4 years, maybe she'll be ready, more mature, and still in top elite fit condition to go out there and represent when it comes to LA and win the gold and win it in her mom's name. You feel what I'm saying? But for the time being, you got to sit it out, and you're gonna have to root for your American counterparts, man. Naomi Osaka withdrew from Olympic competition. There's a ton of basketball players that's not going because of health concerns. The city of Tokyo, the country of Japan, is in a state of emergency because COVID's Delta variant has been going up. You feel me? And there's no real contingency plan on how to counteract that. There's a lot of folks that weren't allowed to go. True transparency, I was actually supposed to be going out to the Olympic Games last year before COVID hit. And then they told us that they scaled back quite a bit on media credentials because they weren't sure what the variant, if it was coming from foreigners or whether it was something that was happening on their soil. So it's just one of those things where you got to cherish the situation and you got to step up in the opportunity. And if the opportunity misses you, you got to be ready for the next one. So salute to Sha'Carri, though. She was at the ESPY. She seemed like she was in good spirits. She's still dealing with obviously the sudden tragic passing of her mom. And that probably was her rock. We all know that that's a pain that is indescribable, unmeasurable. So
absolutely.
I'm still rooting for her.
But salute to her. Yeah, salute to her because she's still young. She's 19, but the way that at 19, the way that she was able to take responsibility for her actions as soon as it happened, and just be able to stand on that and just say I did that, and then make it no big scandal. I mean, I think the public made it more of a scandal than she did. I think she really stood on what happened and was like, yeah, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a support. It's all good. That showed me that she is mature for her age, and I think she will be back in 4 years.
Finally got my hands on them Air Jordan 3 out my mind. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I lost that on the South Beaches today, but we're gonna give y'all a quick rundown. My man's back in the saddle. Did you get a chance to check them out though? You know they ain't been out in a minute. Them probably LeBron's best shoe of all time, bro.
I tried. I woke up this morning at 6:30 a.m. Because out here on the West Coast, gotta be, Apple start at 7. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit up a couple folks go ahead and answer that for me, please. Please. I ain't get it. Got that email back. I was mad that they extended that to 90 minutes. Don't make the drama 90 minutes, man. Damn, on the shoes that I want, is 90 minutes. But on everything else, man, you gotta wake your ass up. So it's kind of crazy, man. But, it is what it is. I gotta catch him somewhere.
Starting tomorrow, the Kyrie 4 low, dropping on the sneakers at 9 a.m. They coming out the sunrise color at $110. KD 14 also. They supposed to be doing a collab with KD Kyrie mashup since they on the same team. But the KD Sunset's coming out for 150 bones. July 23rd, the Nike and Off-White. They got a pink glow Zoom Turbo next. That's gonna be 280. This is probably one of the sure to hit candidates. Like I said, I got my AM3s. I'm cool. I think those gonna be sure to hit. But they got two different colorways coming out: the black colorway and the aforementioned pink glow colorway. 280 bones a piece. July 24th to 2014. Multicolor colorways coming out. $150. Big hit. Oh, the wig. Let me give you the air horns. The Air Jordan 12. Saturday, 9 a.m. The red metallic 190 bones. They like the Rising Sun, the all white joints. Just in time to close out the summer. Those are must have. For real.
Yeah, I like those. I'm with that. I'll probably skip out. I got a lot of shoes sitting over here, and I need to take a break. Actually, shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? You blessed me with the AIs. You blessed me with the AIs. I ain't ashamed to say it. You know what I'm saying? And so, can't wait to break those out at some point in time. I got the jersey to match, so I'll be rocking that.
You found it? When we was in Vegas, you couldn't find it.
Yeah, I found it though. And yeah, it's cool. It's all good. So I'll break that. I'm gonna wait. You know, I'm going to a lot of festivals this fall, so I'll probably break them out. In the fall. But I appreciate you, bro.
1,000%, bro. There ain't nothing to it.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you a softball. I want to get you back in the shadows so you get your sea legs up under your game show.
Let's go, man. That's what I was worried about. I was like, damn, is it on me? Who do we leave the game show on? I don't know.
This one should be easy for you to switch it back to me. So easy.
Let's go.
So we're talking about an NBA legend, current NBA legend.
Okay.
NBA championships, feel me, records. One of the all-time greats. But there are 3 things in his resume that he has never achieved. We talk about Steph Curry. There are 3 accolades that he has never achieved. It should be pretty easy for you. But we're talking about awards.
Steph Curry never achieved.
Yeah, we're talking about award-wise.
The major awards.
Major big dog awards. You have 30 seconds to give me 3. The 3 awards that he's never won. These are big dogs though. These not like defensive player. He's never gonna get those. But the 3 big dogs.
I'll show him about to be like.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hit you with no corny shit. We talking about big dogs.
I was definitely about to be like defensive player of the year.
Nah,
like no slight. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's all good. So that's not one of them. I mean, the first one for sure is going to be the NBA Finals MVP. That has eluded him for the time.
Obviously. That's number one.
I mean, he was the unanimous MVP. So, I mean, that's that. I don't know if this is a big dog one, but there's no way in the world he would win 6th man of the year. But I don't know if that's are we not talking about them type of awards?
Nah,
we're not talking regular season like that. We're talking about the big dog. We're
talking regular season too. You got about 15 seconds. You gave me one.
So never won Finals MVP. I mean, he would never have won Most Improved Player.
Big dog. That's not a big dog. That's not a big dog. 10 seconds.
He won an MVP. No, this is hard as hell.
It's not hard. I promise you it's not hard.
He never won a scoring title.
He did. He just won it. He just led the league in scoring this year, bro.
Damn, bro. Go ahead, tell me, dog, because I'm about to be over here looking salty. Go ahead, tell me.
And you can actually have it back now because I done held the title down for a while. So, Steph Curry, you're correct. He has never won an NBA Finals MVP, even though he has 3 championships.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry has never won an All-Star MVP. And Steph Curry does not have an Olympic gold medal because Steph Curry has never played in the Olympics in his career.
You know what? That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's right. You're right.
Crazy.
But I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the gold medal because he did play on the what's the name team. He played on the FIBA team that won.
But he didn't go to the Olympics.
He did play on that team. He didn't go to the Olympics. You're right. And he definitely
ain't that wild though? Ain't that though? That's the wildest part of the whole thing.
He do in the All-Star games, he be broke, except for the last one. But he be broken the All-Star games.
And he was going for that one, but
Giannis
got it because he went perfect from the field, and all he did was dunks and layups. And he had that one bank shot three. That's probably when he got it in his mind. That's probably when he got in his mind, like, I could probably hit these stuff and get 50.
Man,
get 50.
Right. Hey, that's a good question. But back to Giannis, I mean, that dude's resume is stacked because he do got an All-Star MVP. He got most improved player,
trophy case,
to MVP, to defensive player and MVP in the same season, to Finals MVP,
trophy case, boy.
Damn.
And did it quick too. Damn. You dig what I'm saying? And got
26.
And got the biggest contract 26. In the league right now.
Bro, 26.
Super duper max. Sheesh. Oh yeah, I forgot before we get to the shout outs, we was talking about Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. You ain't even hear that the Lakers is trying to take phone calls about Russ. What's up, bro? Get big LeBron and little LeBron together. What's up, dog? They the same person.
You know what?
They the same person. You know
that is the most interesting pairing that I could see happening. Like, just interesting because I don't know what the hell that's going to turn out into. Because Russell Westbrook, you can't make him a spot-up shooter. That's dead. So who turns into a spot-up shooter between him and LeBron? LeBron will go to the block and start posting up. Like, that ain't happening. That is the weird, like, I don't see it happening. But if it does, it would be interesting to watch because if one person, and you know how I feel about this, if there's one person that could get somebody to play a role and be a star and go crazy and win, that's LeBron. So, hey, everybody say Russ can't do it and Russ ain't this and he ain't that. Well, hey, come to LA and show people that you can. Shit, that's what I would do.
Shout outs.
But I think they got to give up too much. Shout outs, man. This is simple, bro. My shout outs is simple, dog. Shout out to you, bro. Real talk. I said it earlier, but I said it again. I was gone for a minute, like damn near like 2 months. So you held down the fort, bro. You kept this thing going. I done seen us on, like, not to toot our own horn, I done seen us our cover art on the news.
Yeah.
I done seen us in different places. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to shout out to Q. I know he stepped in for one, and I'm sorry,
MG,
the other gentleman that stepped in,
D-Town, Detroit.
MG. Shout out to MG, yes sir. They stepped in, did their part. Really appreciate all of y'all, man. But really appreciate you keeping this thing going. We gonna keep this thing rocking, bro. And that's really my shout out, bro. It's only right that I give you a shout out on my first episode back after a hiatus, my brother.
I'm so happy to have you back in this shit, boy. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
You don't even know. I feel like I got my superpowers back when Superman get the sunlight. You feel me?
Let's go, man. What's your shout outs looking like?
Shout out to the Hall of Famer, the incomparable, the legend, Marv Albert. His retirement. This was his last year calling the NBA playoffs. He was part of my childhood, part of your childhood. It counts. Yes. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. Shout out to the legend, Marv Albert. You will be missed, man. Shout out to Jimmy Moore, director of the NBA on ESPN. Last night's game was his last game directing. It's been a pleasure to work with you and watching you work. You taught me a lot. You made me better. Many, many more well wishes and accomplishments for you. Shout out to Zayla, avant-garde. She won the National Spelling Bee, but you seen on Kelly and Ryan, she going crazy. Oh, man. Going crazy with the handles, dope, boy. Bro.
She's so dope.
Legend already.
I love saying that. Man. That's excellence, bro. For real. Shout out to her.
Straight up. Shout out to Zayla avant-garde. Shout out to my brother, my partner, Angel Figueroa. He's out in Tokyo right now. You feel me? But he's covering USA men's basketball. I think he's covering just the basketball event. So he's in the dome and he's documenting his time over there in Tokyo. Check him out on Instagram at Boston Fro. He's giving you play-by-play for everything from the food to the hotels to the flight to everything that you would want to need. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Parker behind the broadcast. I got a ton of shout outs this time. You've been gone for a minute, bro. I've been holding them down.
Go ahead, man.
Shout out to my boy Parker behind the broadcast. They used to be Sports with No Fans. They switched it up, rebranded it behind the broadcast. Check them out if y'all want to see all the behind the scenes stuff on what really makes sports magic happen. My dogs, again, like you said, shout out to Q for filling in. Shout out to my boy MG, BlissSportsNetwork.com, Virtuoso Sports. That's going to do it, man. I appreciate y'all. Oh, yeah. Before I get off here, let's talk about the Black Podcast that's out here rocking. Shout out to my brothers, our brothers, KO, Dino, Cardi. Shout out to Table Talk. What up?
Yeah.
Ace and CJ at the
Table
I Ain't
Talk was
Going
good,
with the I Ain't Going podcast. What up? Of course, the Supreme Pod guy, Jay Sims, and the Reason to Doubt podcast. What's the word?
Salute.
My dog Cody Mack.
Salute
What's
to
the
the
word?
brother,
TV. What's the deal? For all you young, up and coming, inspiring podcasters that are looking to make an impact on the world, looking to make your voice heard, this is the best advice I could give y'all right now. From me to you.
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy shit!
Sorry. Not sorry.
Oh man, I'm glad to be back, man. You crazy as hell, dog. Hey man, y'all stay grinding, put y'all feet to keep your mind on your business, man. You know what I'm saying? Protect the chicken. That's what
straight up and down.
In the words of Marshawn Lynch, bro.
Straight up.
Nah, for real, man. This was dope, man. And yeah, man, we got next episode is 50, huh?
50. You gotta say it like Giannis. 50.
Not 49.
Not 49, not 51. 50.
Okay. Yeah, man. Damn, half a century. We doing all right, man. We doing quite all right, man. But no more basketball. So we gonna have some good topics though. We gonna come back to the drawing board. Got some interviews coming up. This YouTube thing is gonna be nice. Man, I can't wait, bro. I'm excited. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I got I'm gonna give an OTO movie. I feel like I got some of that Michael Secret stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? We good.
Yeah, Sirski. Don't y'all ever forget in your life.
What happened here was a miracle, and I want you to acknowledge it.
All right, it was a miracle. Can we go now?
Champs is back. Holla.